right, so give you a little bit of gaming first, just to show you that this tablet cost $100, and I wanted to do a different kind of review. But this tablet, it's a pretty decent tablet, and first of all, it only costs $100. So let me read some of the specs here. It's got an octa-core processor. It's got 2 gigs of RAM. Plus 32 gigs of onboard storage. Does have an SD card slot. Has a 2 megapixel on the front, which is horrible. It's got a 5 megapixel on the rear. Alright guys, so here's that 2 megapixel camera I told you about that was horrible. It definitely is horrible. I mean, at least it looks horrible on this right here, but you'll see how it looks once I get it on the video. I'll put it on there for you. So there you have it. Yeah. All right, here's a video sample just in my office here, and I'm using the rear camera here. You can see that the phone is actually telling me that the tablet is actually telling me to hold still. So basically I'm not allowed to move around when shooting video with this tablet. So definitely is going to give you some video footage. It kind of has trouble focusing, so if I tap certain places. For a second it was telling me to hold still. I'm like, why do I want to hold still? But on the website, it looks gorgeous in the silver and everything. But hey, that's what it is. Gotta keep it real. That's not great. It's got dual SIM actually, and it is a 3G, 4G tablet, so you can get some. I think if you put an AT&T SIM card in here or a Cricket SIM card, you'll be okay. But it has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Now it shines a little bit there. GPS, Android 6.0. It's a 10.1 inch display. It's a 1200 by 1920. It does have Wi-Fi, but it's 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and then it has Bluetooth 4.0. So it's just kind of one of those things that, it's got a MediaTek processor too. So I wanted to show you that performance first, because if you buy this, it tells you, oh, it's great performance. It's really not good performance. On those games like Injustice, it definitely wasn't too great. But on the basketball game, it was a little smoother. NBA Jams. Overall, though, you can get about I believe the battery life on here, it says you can get about 5 to 8 hours of use out of this thing, and I believe that. I believe that to be true because that's about what I can get out of it. So, but don't expect anything spectacular if you buy this tablet. Now, it does have GPS, and this is a very low quality tablet too. But this is a few of the specs here. But what I want to tell you is, this is a $100 Android tablet. Now, while it does have 1200 by 1920, this is probably some of the worst build quality I've ever seen. It's like the tablet's kind of coming apart. This front right here, this plastic part, it's just horrible, man. And this is what the back of it looks like. Now, it does have dual speakers, which they are actually pretty decent. I'll give it that. On this side over here, you've got the volume rocker and the power and the headphone jack. And then you've got a microphone there. And then you've got the charging port up here, which the reason I think this is weird is because this is how you take it apart to put the SIM card and SD card in there. So your dual SIMs go here, and then the SD card goes there, but the charging port is there. So you definitely could accidentally forget and break something there. It's just not a good look. On this side you have nothing. On this side you have another microphone, and again those dual speakers down there at the bottom down there. But the tablet looks really cool and it looks good. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's fantastic, because it's not. It's a $100 tablet though, but I just would recommend you spend that $100 on something else, other than this. It does make phone calls. As you can see, you've got a phone button, it texts. Those are some advantages that this tablet has. But I just can't recommend this tablet. I mean, it's not, the brand is VOYO. And it's a 4G tablet PC is what they're labeled as. It does come in 2 colors, but right now I could only find the gold. The silver probably looks a little bit better, but this is just a cheaply put together tablet. It's just the quality is really bad, and it's just, I just can't. It's $100. I could recommend it if you have really low expectations and you're not going to use this for just watching media content. And this is going to be just me slamming this thing. I actually been watching YouTube on here and things like that, and it actually works really good because it has dual speakers. So I just kind of sat it up right here. I just kind of put it off camera. I put it right there, and I was working on other stuff, and I was watching media content on here. And even though the speakers on the back here, they project off and they sound really, really good, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they sound really solid. So you know, other than media content, I wouldn't recommend this right here for, okay, basic web browsing, media content, maybe phone calls in an emergency situation, just depends. The fact that it can text message too, you know, it's a pretty decent tablet, but there are some things that I found to be wrong with it now. Not like physically broken besides this hideous hardware on the front. This is just a piece of plastic pretty much, but in the storage settings, I've got all those apps on there, right? Well, it says I only have 389 available. This is a 32 gig tablet, right? Down here, I have 19 gigs available. For some reason, it says phone storage is down here, but it's not, all the apps are not defaulting to the phone storage. And I couldn't find any way to try to get that to work. One plus is that it did come with nothing on it. Like it literally came with just one application on it and the Google Play Store. And that was pretty much it. That's YouTube. I meant to open up the Play Store. But it came with just this one app. Like other stuff, nothing was installed on here. So, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to see if I could change something in here for the settings for where the stuff is stored. No, you know, it's just, that was a huge problem because I had to manually go over and move things to the storage. Super frustrating, very frustrating. The turbo download is when you have a SIM card in there. It'll use Wi-Fi and it'll use your internet connection. But this is 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, which is totally lame. I guess, you know, now you should definitely be doing something more than 2.4 on tablets, because tablets are something that you got a bigger antenna more than likely. So the 5 gigahertz band, while it is a shorter range, you should still have a 5 gigahertz band on there. So, you know, as soon as I took this out of the box, it started to come apart a little bit. I was like, what the heck? I mean, I was like, oh my gosh. But after using it for a while, I just got used to kind of doing this right here and kind of snapping around the tablet, which is something you shouldn't have to do. But, you know, this is the VOYO tablet. And, you know, shout out to the company that sent this out to me for a review. But I'm just keeping it real. I don't know that I could tell a person to wait 2 weeks to get this in the mail because it comes from overseas. And then the expectation is on the pictures and stuff, when you hit the link in the description, it looks like, whoa. But getting this in hand, this is a metal back. This is a metal back. However, obviously this piece is plastic because it has to come off. But after that, this plastic on the front is just not good. I mean, it is not good. It's easily can be taken apart, like pop out, take apart. So, you know, is what it is. It's your man Jay Will. I don't know that I can recommend this tablet to a person who's going to use it as a main tablet for heavy gaming and things like that, and just primary use. But I can recommend it. I can recommend it to people who want basic web browsing and to watch YouTube or Netflix. You shouldn't have any problems with that. And if you're in a situation where you need to have a device to make phone calls or text from if your phone dies, just pop your SIM card in here and you can continue on doing that on a much bigger screen. The screen isn't bad. It's 1200 by 1920. The quality of the screen, like the picture quality, is great. But the build quality on this device is horrible. It's just this plastic front just kills it for me. It's just not good. Not good at all. So a quick review for you on the VOYO tablet. You know, there's some pluses to it, and there's a tablet for everybody, but this definitely isn't the tablet for me. Not even for $100. It's your man Jay Will. See you in the next one. Take care.